fussy. Oh, like somebody's fussy.
Yeah, like a baby or something.
Okay,
like a
I
fuzzy
get that
baby.
one. And
That one is grab.
grab. Okay. I was a slow learner. I liked the West Virginia schools. There was two teachers in school. One was a main teacher, and the other was another teacher that whenever you got stuck, they came and helped you until you got unstuck, and then they went ahead and helped the other students got unstuck and that sort of stuff. He had me in 4th grade and pretty much everything. The teachers out here wouldn't pretty much listen to me because I told them that I was in 4th grade reading and I was in different subjects in different areas, and they wouldn't listen to that. And I was just doing a lot of sleeping in schools. Eventually my mother just took me out. Maybe she should have did a better job on took me back and not took me out. Now it's affected me now. 20 years ago? Now, for 3 days straight. Only thing I heard was education, 3 days straight. And I asked the Lord about that, and constantly was asking the Lord about that, and He told me act on it. I went ahead and asked a friend of mine to help me with that on the computer, so I went ahead and signed up on the computer. So that's how I signed up on the computer and went ahead and got involved in it. My lessons. Basically, it's one-on-one, and whenever I get stuck, they help me, and it's mostly reading and spelling. I didn't know my vowels. This past year, I just learned my vowels. I didn't know that either.
He is a wonderful example of a student who is gaining confidence, gaining techniques, gaining the ability. He has improved approximately, he's in book 3 now, he started in book 1, and the trick is to start thinking in terms of now you're going to produce it, now you're going to put pencil to paper, and actually what do you hear going into that, and just the complete ownership of a word that comes with doing it both ways, reading and then writing.
Literacy is not just reading. It's the ability to read and comprehend information. The native English speakers, there's kind of a stigmatism to not being able to read. If you're learning the language, well, you have a reason. You didn't grow up here, you're learning the language. If you're from here but you need help reading, people, it's not accepted. There's something wrong with you. They're the individuals that have a problem, but you could meet them on the street and never know that they were struggling with something. How does that get overlooked? Because those are the individuals that are dropping out of school, not moving forward with their education. They might be in school when they're in 6th and 7th grade, but they're not really there. Their mind is somewhere else, and they've just gotten passed along. And I think the biggest key as to why we miss it is because those of us that are talking about it are literate. We don't know what it's like to have a piece of paper come in front of us and not understand what it means. And it's not as easy to fix as housing and food. Of 2,000 students we serve a year, when you break it down and start looking at our ABE students, our English speaking students, most of them start out at a 3rd grade reading level. The hardest thing is getting an adult to reach the point that they are not afraid to make a mistake. First thing you really have to do is establish rapport and a relationship with them. We do believe that people learn best when they have someone with whom they can have a relationship and conversation. They need that constant encouragement that what they are doing is important.
Yes.
Pleased, or like somebody who's very pleased with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Arise.
Raise.
Oh, raise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And snatch.
Mm-hmm.
And vow. Okay.
One of the things that's a national statistic is a child's reading ability is going to be determined by his mother's reading ability.
Somewhat, it's the parents' responsibility by pushing the kids further into that. But somewhat, whenever the children gets to a certain age, I guess it's the child's responsibility. But it's both the parents should man up and be parents, because this falls on both parents, not just the mother, but the father too. You need to get out of your uncomfortable zone. I knew that I had to do something. You cannot get through life without no education at all, period.
If you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach him to fish, you feed him for a lifetime.